Welcome to The Truth About Alcohol. My name is Lee Davey. I am not an alcoholic. I refuse to be anonymous. I am someone who doesn't drink alcohol, and I spend every waking minute of every day helping other people do the same. Now, the way this is going to work is you're going to get a series of emails that are going to, introduce myself to you and the group and the movement, etc., etc., and kind of help you find your feet. And this is the first one. So this is going to come ahead of me actually introducing myself, because I think it's really important, because once you sign up, you just want to get stuck into stuff, right? So the first thing that I want you to do is I want you to head over to Strive. So strive.thetruthaboutalcohol.co.uk/login, right? Now this is going to be your first challenge, okay? Because your resistance will be kicking in right now, and it will be telling you not to join Strive, because in order to join Strive, you're going to have to create an account. You're going to have to tell people who you are. You're going to have to share some of your story, and people are going to comment on that story, and that means you're being very vulnerable. And a lot of the times, if we are someone who is drinking alcohol and it's reached a point where we've completely lost control, then being vulnerable and sharing our state of mind and our state of being with people is not what we do. We drink alcohol to prevent ourselves from doing those things. But your chances of surviving this thing alone, and being someone who doesn't drink alcohol alone, is very, very minimal. You need to find a like-minded group of people who understand you and who see you and make you feel safe. And this is one of the reasons why you've probably ended up here, is that you're seeking this group. So I would really, really, really question yourself right now. This could be the point where you disappear, okay? Because if you want to continue to keep your alcohol issue a secret, then we are not the place for you. Make that really clear. If you want to keep your alcohol use a secret, we're not the place for you, because we will not be able to help you, because we need you to talk about that. Now, before you run away, there is a big difference between shedding your anonymity online and shedding it in real life, because you can create a pseudonym on Strive. You can create an avatar. You can not put up any images. You don't have to use your real name. You don't have to tell people where you live, or how old you are, how many kids you are, what your husband's name is. You can be completely anonymous in the beginning when you come to Strive, and that may serve you. What I find is, after a while, people just get really comfortable, because it's a very loving and trusting environment, and then they start to share more and more about themselves, okay? But if you are coming to Strive, the first thing you need to do is you need to sign up. And this sign up is different to the sign up at the Truth About Alcohol website. Let me just pull that up for you here a minute. So if you've already been to the Truth About Alcohol website, now by the time you've watched this video, this might look differently, but ultimately we're talking about the www.thetruthaboutalcohol.co.uk. You'll see an opt-in form here. If you put your name and your email there, you will not get access to Strive, because it is a different platform, okay? This gives you access to the alcohol musing blog posts at Truth About Alcohol. It gives you access to webinars and training courses. But Strive, this is where you sign up, okay? So I've already signed up, so I'm going to log in. And when you get here for the first time, it looks a little bit scary, I know. First place that I would go to if I was you is mandatory reading. I just have a little read of these pages here. Anything that I post in mandatory reading is for everybody in the community to read, okay? If you have any issues around kind of thoughts of suicide, then we've got various hotlines there around the world. But the first place you want to go here is in instructions, introductions. So you go into introductions, and what you'll do is up here you'll say new topic. You click on new topic, you type in your title, hi, I am Lee, and then you write about yourself, okay? If you wanted to upload an image, you can do so there by picking an image, if you wanted to do that. And there's also some funky stuff here that you can like you can write something and you can put it in quotes, for example. And here, that's what it would look like. You see how it's different here, yeah? So do that again, put it in quotes. And you can also hyperlink things. There's lots of different things you could do. You can mess about with it. But go on there and introduce yourself, okay? Here is an example, Kendra. So you just go all the way back there to the beginning. So Kendra just come on. Hi, my name is Kendra. And she's just written about herself, right? And then people respond. And then line of inquiry continues, right? So that is really important, to go on to introductions and introduce yourself. Also really important because of the movement. We want to foster really good relationships. When other people log on for the first time and introduce themselves, really go out of your way to say hello, because it's really important that we do that. The check-in section here, this is where I recommend that people who are just starting out check in every day. I'll give you an example. So again, to check in, you just click up there, new topic, and you just put your headline in, you type away. What is a check-in? Well, a check-in is essentially you sharing what you did today and or your emotional state and well-being. And it's much more critical that you share your emotional state and well-being than what you did today. So how does that look? Let's say you had a day today where you were really struggling and you were thinking about drinking alcohol, and you came home and your husband was drinking alcohol. All right, that is something to check in. How did that make you feel? What were the thoughts going through your head? What we try to do is get into the habit of continually sharing how we're feeling in our head and putting it down on electronic paper, so we can deal with these things instead of letting them fester in our mind. Okay, so this is an example of one that I did yesterday. So I've just made a headline there, and I've just written about how my day was, and so far Surf Chick is the only person who has responded to that. Okay, so that's check-in. And in the check-in section, we do not offer people advice. Please do not give people advice in the check-in section. It's just there to empathize with people and to give them support. If we want to seek advice, then we go in the help and guidance category, and we then put a post in there asking people for help and guidance, or we give people help and guidance. And rest assured, if you've had 1 day of sobriety or no days of sobriety, it doesn't matter. You still have a lot to give people. We are all leaders. Our worth on this world and our ability to help other people is not tied to the numbers of days we have or haven't drank alcohol. Okay. Triggers. This is by far the most important section for a newcomer. If you feel like drinking, or you have had a drink, I want you to go to the triggers category here. I want you to highlight these 11 questions. I want you to press copy, okay? Hang on a sec. And then I want you to go to here, say, I was triggered today. And then you can cut and paste those questions, and then I want you to answer them. Okay, so you can highlight them here, put them in bold, and then you can, So the whole purpose of putting your triggers in is this, right? Let's say that you have 100 different reasons why you think alcohol provides you with value in your life. Right? Let's say you have 100 stupid. Let's say there are 10 reasons why alcohol provides value in your life. Let's say you think it tastes nice. It helps you out in social situations because you're shy. It helps block out all the negative thoughts you have in your mind. It makes you more popular, right? And a demon in the sack, or things like that, right? If you think that you have 10 things where you are drinking alcohol and it provides you with value, then you're going to continue to drink alcohol because you find value in it, right? So what we do, rather than take on all 10 at the same time, is we identify one at a time, and we really interrogate and question whether or not that value exists. So when we say, for example, I drink alcohol on a summer's day because it rehydrates me, it's lovely, and it quenches my thirst. Well, it doesn't. That's a lie, because alcohol is a diuretic and it makes you more thirsty. So, oh, right, I didn't know that. Well, obviously, that's not the reason I drink alcohol then. So you can now cross that off your list. Now you only have 10 reasons, right? So by going through your triggers in a very kind of matter-of-fact way, we at the Truth About Alcohol, especially the moderators at Truth About Alcohol, they can help you analyze that by using cognitive behavioral therapy to really kind of question and challenge how you think about alcohol. And that is obviously super important because that's what you're all about. You're all about trying to become someone who doesn't drink alcohol. So you need to understand why you drink alcohol in the first place. So trigger section is really important. And I'll tell you right now, although I tell people that it's the most important category and that people should always post in here when they drink or when they feel like drinking, it's not used as much. Look here, 129 compared to 1,388 compared to 269. It's not used as much. Why? Because people are terrified about being vulnerable. They feel shame and guilt about telling people that they've had a drink or that they felt about drinking. It makes them feel weak, especially when you've got people around you at Strive who are not drinking anymore. Don't let that be the better of you. That is resistance talking. You will find on Strive there is no room for shame or guilt or feeling weak, because every time you say, I feel shame that I had a drink, another 50 people are going to say, so did I. Yeah, welcome to the group. So there's nothing to be worried about. These here with little padlocks on, you're not going to see them, okay? These are private groups, and these TTAA course groups, if you want to take the Truth About Alcohol training course, and I suggest you do, email me at thetruthaboutalcohol@gmail.com and we'll make that happen, okay? You won't be able to get into these unless you're a part of that group, all right? Inspirational stuff, if you've got anything inspirational you want to share at all, post in there. Our alcohol addiction podcast and our monologues episodes are in there. We're currently doing an Instagram year of facing fear. If you want to read about it, you click on there and you will... today is the fear of leaving my boy. You can read about it and you can comment on that. And there are lots and lots of different categories that we've created along the time. Book club, what are you reading? Your mantras, your sober treats. If you want to talk about sex, you do it in there. So there's loads of different categories. What you'll find here, new, these are the new threads that people have created that you have not read yet. These are unread threads that you haven't read yet, okay? If you want to send a private message, you just click here and you press private message, and here's you sending a private message. It goes green and says 1. That's telling me I have 1 unread private message, okay? Private messages are good, but don't let private messaging overtake your need to like use the Strive Community Forum, because we don't want to do that, okay? So this is Strive Community Forum. Now, over here is the Truth About Alcohol training course, www.thetruthaboutalcohol.co.uk. Like I said to you, we're going to be running monthly campaigns, okay? So each month, this image is going to look very different, but we'll always have an opt-in form. So right now it says, resistance prevents you from being someone that doesn't drink alcohol. Sign up for our free training course. So you put your name in there and then your email, and now you will become a member of the Truth About Alcohol. And what does that look like? Okay, well, it looks a little bit like this. One second. So I'm moving my cursor up here. So here we end up with a library. I'm just going to click on that. And here are all the training courses that I currently have. Okay. And there is that one, resistance, that I was talking about. So I can click on my product, the Truth About Alcohol training course. And here they are. Here's me in an introduction. Okay, so there's the training course. As you can see, it's pretty expansive. So all your training courses are in your library. Some free, some paid for, and they will grow over time. The training courses we have currently available are here. So we have the Truth About Alcohol training course, which is a 3-month training course. The Finding Your Meaning and Purpose for the Art of Story is currently under construction, so you won't be able to join that. And the Alcohol Monologues is a £10 a month series, video series that we do all about alcohol, okay? And you sign up for that at £10 a month, all right? So that's your training courses. Alcohol Musings. This is all our blog posts, and we're going to be opening this up to Strivers to also write on here, and there are a gazillion of them, so you can just go and check that out. Alcohol Addiction Podcast. This is where you can get quickly to the Alcohol Addiction Podcast, either on iTunes, just there. you can click on SoundCloud and you will end up at our SoundCloud site here. Or Stitcher Radio is another option we have here. Okay, and there are lots and lots of different platforms. A testimonial there, and if you want to submit an iTunes review to us, that'd be really great. You can do that there. So this is the truth about alcohol. And you can also access the Strive community forum from this place as well. Okay, but just remember, as I keep saying, the truth about alcohol here, this login detail that you'll get when you join up, because when you sign up here, you're going to get this you're going to get this video from me. This is different to this. Okay, this is different to this. Different logins, different sign-ins. Get any questions on this video whatsoever, send me an email at thetruthaboutalcohol@gmail.com and I'll answer them. Okay, but your first job right now is to join Strive and join in the conversation. Thanks for joining. Take care.